Good morning, everybody. It is 10:45 on today is Monday. We had quite the weekend here at the campground. Got up this morning, was going to start videotaping about 7:30 when I was going to work. We found that up at the pool bathhouse, somebody had clogged up the toilet. So we put a camera down there because we plunged and plunged and plunged and could not get it to unstop. So we put a camera down there and it looked like it was full of pine straw, sticks, maybe some gravel. So we had to completely unseat the toilet and we still couldn't get it out. So we took the toilet to the shop, did one of those hobo water jet things where you have the balloon in there that blows up and fills the pipe. Turned the pressure on full blast and we were able to get it to shoot out the bottom. There was a pair of adult men's underwear with, I call them retread marks, where evidently somebody pooped at themselves. Then they filled the underwear with pine straw and rocks and tried to flush it and got it stuck in the S-trap in the porcelain part of the toilet. So that's how my day has started. We have got a lot to do to get ready for the busy Father's Day weekend that's coming up. Cindy's in the store right now doing an ice cream order. I'm going to run to the bank, then I'm going to come back, and then I've got to run to Home Depot because also this weekend we went to get started cutting grass. And as y'all know, Cindy and I are new here to the campground and both riding lawnmowers. The John Deere, the rear ends locked up, and the Cub Cadet, the spindle that the blade goes on is bent, and we got to try to find parts and figure out how to get it taken apart. So after I get back from the bank, I'm going to come back and get the pickup truck, and we're going to have to go to Manahawkin to the Home Depot and buy a couple of push mowers until we can get the riding mowers up and running. So with that said, come along with me on our journey today as we show you what happens in a campground and what it takes to keep the campground running. I was expecting New Jersey to be a lot drier state. I feel like I'm in Seattle or somewhere. It has rained so much here over the last 6 weeks. It's crazy. I just don't understand all the rain. It's just depressing. But anyway, I'm headed to Manahawkin. We're almost there. We're going to go to the bank, possibly the post office, and then we're going to head back to the campground. But I thought I'd show y'all this rain that we've been dealing with. It's been off and on almost every day, and it is really tamping down the number of visitors we have at the campground. So we need the rain to go away, the sun to come out, and people to fill the sites. So I needed to find a quick place to drop some mail off. The post office is on the other side of town. And I remember growing up that there was a blue box is what I always called them, but just a mail drop box at every corner. And so I asked the lady at the bank, I said, where can I find a blue box? And she looked at me like I was crazy. And I finally said a post office box so I could drop off the mail. And she goes, oh, at Back in Action. So I went down to a shopping center down the street, and I've been looking for this blue box. And finally found it right over there on the edge of this building. So let me drop this envelope and we will head back to the campground. But do y'all have trouble finding blue boxes or mailboxes in your towns? It's like I've been riding around for 20 minutes trying to find a mailbox. I should have just gone to the post office. It would have been quicker. But I was looking, it's like 13 minutes the other way. But it really wouldn't have taken me any more time. So let me run over to this blue box real quick. So this whole area in the Pine Barrens is quite beautiful. I'm headed back to the campground. We're leaving the bank and whatnot. And this is the, I'm not even sure what river it is. I think it's the Mannequin River or Mulligan River. Look at the houses on this thing. The whole area, there's kind of reminds me a little bit about Minnesota with all the water. There's all these rivers and lakes and everything. I absolutely love the water. It's calming and soothing, and we get to see a lot of it here. So on the way back to the campground, I have to do the daily mail check. We're gonna see if the postman has brought us anything good. We have packages. As you can see, we get a fair amount of mail every day, so there's that. So we've made it back to the campground. Take Cindy her receipts. I got your text. What do you mean am I coming back to the campground?
I didn't text you.
Somebody texted.
Robin texted. When are you coming back?
Oh, I thought you were asking. So she wants to know when we're coming back to Georgia.
Yes.
Okay.
So you thought I was texting?
Like, when are you coming back? Like, it's a long way to the bank and I got to stand in line and she's got to do like 8 bags. So now I've got to go to Home Depot. I've done everything I need to do. Of course, I end up having 3 phone calls, work related. I'm gonna take the Jeep to the shop, get the truck, go to Depot, get a light fixture for the store, and 2 lawnmowers. So I'm pulling up here at the shop, go inside, get the keys to the truck, and we'll take the truck to Manahawkin. So I'm back here behind the shop, and we have this stream that runs through here. I'm trying to figure out what in the world that is. That's going to take some investigation. So I've got the keys to the GMC truck. Let's head to Home Depot. All right. This is our lovely pickup truck. And away we go. We just did these roads a week ago. We've had so much rain, they just keep washing out. So here we are at Home Depot. We've got to go get 2 lawnmowers and hopefully a light fixture depending on the price, so we can start getting some work done in the campground. So what we're looking for is fluorescent light to put on the roof or the ceiling in the store, as the old one that's there is burned out. Now where do we find one? I'm gonna park this right here and hopefully nobody takes it. So I think this is the section we want to be in. I just don't see any that are 6 to 8 feet. That's 4 foot. Alright, so I found a 4 foot light. Should be that second one right there with the 2 bulbs in it. $89.97. Alright, let's see what kind of lawnmower we want. 125 cc. I do know I want to get the guy's one that has self-propelled. It's 150 cc, gasoline, self-propelled, rear engine. It's $419 compared to $529 for 163. Only difference is I see 13 cc's more in side discharge. So I think I'm gonna get the $419 lawnmower. This is the one I want. Doesn't say how many cc's it is. Let's see, 162 on the UPC. I think this is it. Yep, 150 cc. Gas engine. So we're going to get 2 of these. All right. Never a dull time. These could be lighter. Let's see. Put the light fixture. Looks like it's just the right length. Now we'll go return the cart. Time to head back to the campground. So if anybody was wondering what 2 basic self-propelled lawnmowers from Home Depot and a light fixture cost with tax, holy crap, the tax was the tax was $61.48 for a total of $989.45. It's a lot of money. So we've almost made it back. Matter of fact, here's the campground coming up on the left. It's only, what is it, Tuesday, Monday?
Take the second left, then you will arrive at your destination.
Alright, you can see we're at Wading Pines. Just push the button to open the gate. We'll go up and unload the lawnmowers and the light. Then we'll talk about what all happened over the weekend. We had so many issues, and we've been working very hard, and I'll tell you all about it. So you wonder what all's happened this weekend that we talked about. Well, we're here by the pool, so I'll start with the pool incident that occurred. And isn't the pool still looking absolutely wonderful? So at the pool, we have these chairs right here that I don't know how long they've been here. We had a gentleman come in this weekend, sat in one of the chairs. Evidently the chair had stress cracks from what, I don't know. The chair exploded, he went down. It's an older gentleman. Luckily he didn't get hurt. I did an incident report and we handled it like that. And so I had to go through and I temporarily closed the pool while we checked all the chairs. We ended up having to take 20 chairs out of rotation and take them and throw them in the dumpster. 20. Then, you know, I have to repair or replace the items. So I put together a budget for chairs. I looked it up and we wanted to get away from those, I call them big lots chairs. I don't know if y'all have big lots where you are. We had it back home. It was pretty standard store for discount items. So I got on the old Amazon and looked. We've always used polywood chairs because they last long, they're thick, they're sturdy. So I found polywood chairs on sale on Amazon. They're normally $113. Found them on sale for $89. So I wrote a proposal and we went ahead and ordered 10. And then the plan is to order 5 more next month and 5 more the next month to replace all the chairs we had to take out of commission. Chances all over the place. Aren't you, Chance? So that was, let's just say, with tax, title, and tags, that was right at $900, okay? So then we had on, I think it was site, it doesn't matter what site in the 100s, we had Saturday the sewer back up. And so I went over there and we tried everything we could to clear the line. We couldn't get it cleared. And it was kind of midstream, so to speak, on the sewer line. So everything beyond that trailer was backing up. So we had to call Roto-Rooter. Roto-Rooter came out. They did a camera down there and then they snaked it with, they've got a snake on there that has like a knife blades on it. So they snaked it and they cut just a ton of roots out. So we dug up the feeder that comes from his camper to the line, and it was soft. You could tell it was collapsed. So Sunday I went and got $262 worth of parts, because after we cleared his line, we sent it down about 80 feet. And there's a big pine tree that the line goes like inches from the base. And when they put this campground in, they used thin wall PVC. And it's like 60% closed, kind of like if you get plaque in your arteries. So we're gonna have to dig that up. But we replaced the feeder line, and now we've got to dig up the other part. So Roto-Rooter was another $780. We spent $220 on parts. So that's another $1,000 bill. So as you know from the early part of this video, Saturday we had somebody stop up the men's toilet. They ended up stuffing pine straw and toilet paper and underwear and all kinds of stuff down in the sewer line, which was not ideal. And so we ended up having to take that apart. I thought I was going to buy a new toilet. They're $280. Luckily, we were able to fix it without breaking it. So it took 4 man-hours to fix it, but we got it fixed and done. And we've had people have been complaining about the roads. Yes, we need material for the roads. And so I'd put together a proposal last week. So this morning I had to order road material. That was right at $2,500. It should be delivered tomorrow. And then we can start putting gravel down in the holes. Let me show you all the Wading River real quick. This park is just sitting on the most beautiful natural landscape. So we had another $2,500 for road material. And then y'all saw I went to Home Depot because we went to cut grass to get ready for this weekend. And we have 2 riding lawnmowers, a John Deere LT100, I think, and a Z61 Cub Cadet Zero Turn. The John Deere, the rear end is locked up on, and Zero Turn, evidently somebody prior had run over a rock or a stump or something. Well, the shaft is bent, and so the blades won't turn. So that has to be taken to get fixed. And then also, one of the lights in the store went out, and it's down a little hallway, so it's pitch black dark in that hallway, so I had to buy another light. Y'all were with me when I did that at Home Depot today, and let's just call that $1,000. It was a few dollars short of $1,000. And we've had to replace the slushy machine. We put the slushy machine in the snack shack. I don't even know how much that was, but it wasn't cheap, I'm sure. We had to get the hood vent cleaned in the snack shack. That was $600. So I'm telling you all this because people complain, rightly so, but they complain like, why is it so expensive to go camping? Why is it so expensive to have a seasonal site here? Well, it's expensive because it costs so much to maintain and to operate a campground. We've got 15 employees right now. We just hired 2 more. We have to pay all them, and they want a living wage. We have to pay for all these repairs. You see, just in 4 days, what I spent $5,000, maybe a little bit more. And that's just general maintenance and upkeep. So, yes, it does cost a good bit nowadays to go camping. Hopefully it's worth the experience you have if you come here to Wading Pines. But also, I'm letting y'all know kind of why it costs so much and why the prices keep going up. You know, there's cost of living every year, and it cost us to live. Come on, Chance. Come on, buddy. And so I thought I would share all that with you about the real life part of what it takes to operate a campground. Real quick, I'll show you all the plants. They seem to be doing okay, except for we're getting yellow leaves. And I don't know what's wrong with that one, except for we've had so much, look at there, it's a little cucumber. We've had so much rain that I think they're waterlogged, and I don't know what to do about it. Write in the comments if you have any suggestions for the waterloggedness. Everybody gets upset if they don't get to see Miss Puma. So she's laying up here in the window, waiting on Miss Cindy to come home. So Cindy just called and she's going to be at the store a little bit longer. Evidently, some of the cash registers are not totaling out in the store, so she's got to work her magic and try to figure out why they're not adding up, so to speak. So I hope you enjoyed today and now you have a better understanding of why it costs so much in 2025 to go camping. Till next time, we'll see you later.